All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Monster Bass channel. I'm Paul from Burley Fishing, and actually, Jeff from Burley Fishing is right over there. We are out here fishing the June Monster Bass bag, the Topwater bag. And before I get too far into this, thank you for stopping by the channel. Please, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can see when we post more content. And if you're enjoying this video, head on over to the Burley Fishing channel as well. Like, subscribe, ring, notification bell, all that stuff for us too. And again, thank you for being here. So, what am I talking about today? In this box specifically, I'm talking about the Vicious Fishing VPOP. 3/4 ounce popper, giant. It's gonna displace a ton of water. It's gonna cast super far. That cupped mouth right there, that bad boy is gonna displace a ton of water. The nice thing about this bait, if you use a loop knot, which you don't have to do, but if you use a loop knot, you're gonna get a ton of whippy action. You can walk the dog, you can pop slow, you can pop fast, you can cast it, pop it once and let it sit for a couple of minutes, and it's still gonna work. Now, one of my favorite things about this popper, and one thing I like on all my poppers, I like to have either a natural or some kind of material back here on the tail. This has a little bit of white feather type material with some flash boo, and it's tied on really well. My favorite part about that is if you're walking, if you're giving it a big pop and you're chugging water, not only are you getting the water displacement, the loud noise, the splash, you're also getting the tail whipping in other directions because it's attached and it's loose here on the treble. So every time you pop that, this thing is going back and forth. It's making that crazy sound, and then it's almost got like a tail in the background that's just that added little bit of extra that could be the difference between getting a fish in that super hot water or missing a fish and not even getting a bite. Love that. Now, one thing that's really important to think about is what kind of rod you're gonna use with this popper. You've got treble hooks on this bait. What that means is you don't need a giant Jack the Jaw hook set. What you need is a little bit of softer rod. I do have a 6'9", medium heavy. This is an Abu Garcia Vengeance. What I want to call it about this rod is it's definitely got a softer tip, not super fast. You want a little bit more moderate action with those treble hook baits. You just need a solid hook set. You definitely don't have to jerk the bait right out of the fish's mouth. And then with a treble hook, unlike a frog or some other topwater baits, with a treble hook, that softer tip's gonna help you maintain constant pressure on the treble hook. And maintaining soft pressure is the difference between keeping a fish on the hook and losing that fish. Now, other than the rod, you don't need a super fast reel. I have a 6'4" to 1. Anything less than 7'1", 7-ish is gonna be just fine. Yes, you can slow it down, but you don't need anything super fast. Again, not about horsepower, a little bit more about finesse. Last point I wanna make about your setup, really think about what kind of line you're using. I like a 15-pound mono. Even with a 3/4 ounce bait, this 15-pound mono, it's gonna float, it's gonna keep you, it's gonna help you maintain that pressure, and it's gonna allow you the most finesse presentation possible for that topwater stuff. The only thing that fish is seeing is the bait. All right, now let's talk about how you're gonna retrieve this, how you're gonna fish it in the water. You're gonna cast it out, you're gonna bomb this bad boy out there, and then what you're gonna do is, you got a couple options. First, you can pop, pause, and then you just vary your pauses and your pops. It's a great way to bring it back. You don't have to work this extremely crazy. This is kind of a little bit more finesse way to do things. It's gonna call fish in. The cup of this mouth, splashing water forward and then pausing, they're gonna hit on the pause. Your second option is gonna be work it really quick. It's something I don't see a ton of people doing, but I find is like one of my favorite ways to fish a popper, especially if you're near the bank or cover. It almost looks like a frog trying to get away from something. That is gonna trigger a giant blow up for you. And then your third option is really strong rips towards the boat with the rod tip pointed down. That is gonna bring the bait underneath the water. It's gonna make this big like bloop sound, and it's gonna pull the bait under the water, and then it's gonna shoot back up because it does float. Every single time you do that, I highly recommend you vary your pauses. So at first, longer pauses, and then start to slow them down, then speed them up again. You're gonna get blown up on the pause, I'm telling you. Biggest thing when it's super hot in like July, August, is just doing something that's a little bit different and trying different things. One little tiny change could be the difference between you getting blown up on every cast and seeing nothing in the water. So with that, let's go check out how this bad boy fishes. I cannot tell you how difficult it is to stop fishing to change camera angle. Not even joking. It's virtually impossible. Kind of in like a big weed flat area. Just started fishing this. One thing I want to call out, this thing is going to cast really far. You don't need to cast super far. I just got some, oh yeah, first cast, yo, first cast. Get in here, boy. Get in here, boy. Again, that medium power rod's doing work. It's just keeping them pinned. I didn't need to jack the jaw. Easy hook set. Bang, first bass, first cast. What's up? And that is how you do it. Oh, yeah. Kept them pinned, 2 to the top. I know, it ain't no giant, but it's topwater bass, so we are happy. Let's get this guy back. Later, dude. And it's just like that. That's that shad color. I have another one in bone that I want to try, but this one is already hitting. So here we go. 1 cast, 1 bass. Again, easy cast, no problem. You do not need to horse these. Here's option number 1. It's just pop and pause. So pop and then just let it sit. You could see every time you pop it, that scooped cup mouth shooting some water for you. That tail is swishing out with that little bit of material, and that's what's drawing them in. And you're just waiting for a blow up. I think I could see a fish underneath it. And you're gonna get hit on the pause. I mean, it's gonna be the pause where they blow up on it. Something just hit it. It's a little bluegill, I can tell. They're getting after it. They're out here on top.
Casual playing.
Yeah. Oh, let me cast under this. You know that joke about like, oh, the dock piling, like ting. If I ding this guy's plane, I feel like I might be in trouble. I can see a bass out here.
Oh, for sure.
I can see him. Bro, he's moving towards me. He's gonna hit it.
See him, he's on it.
Oh! That's a great example of like why you gotta wait. That fish took like 3-4 seconds to get over there. Very lethargic. Was not just like in it to go. The other thing you really want to think about when you're fishing a popper, I like to keep the least amount of slack in the line as possible. So like I'm reeling down, getting ready for the next pop, or I'm reeling down, just getting ready for the hook set. Especially with mono, a lot of line out because this thing can cast a long ways. If you're not using a braid backer mono leader, definitely make sure you want to reel down while you're waiting on that in between those pauses. You just want to make sure that you're reeling down and you don't have a lot of slack in the line. It's really going to help you increase your chances on a hook set. That's what we got for you today. Thank you for checking out the channel. Thank you for checking out this bait. This is an exclusive for Monster Bass. So anything that Vicious Fishing puts out, you're getting exclusively in the Monster Bass box first and the Monster Bass bag first. So with that, again, I hope this was helpful. Thank you for checking out the channel. Like, subscribe, ring, notification bell, all that stuff so you can see when we post more content. Have an awesome day, and we hope to see you on the next video.